Good evening. Good evening. Is that on? Is this on? Yes. Okay. Ooh, doggy. Now we're ready. I'm gonna move that. Okay. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to the 2025 Rockford Area Arts Awards at the beautiful, historic Women's Club Theater. Welcome. I am Mary McNamara Bernston, and I'm the Executive Director of the Rockford Area Arts Council, and our mission is to support, promote, and develop access to the arts for everyone. Tonight, we honor our creative community, celebrate our nominees, recognize our valued supporters of the arts, and thank those whose shoulders we stand on today. I absolutely love this job, connecting our community through the arts. And I couldn't do it without our mighty Arts Council team, Bobby Stevens, Jordan DeWild, Christina Valdez, Jen Dronkers, and Nathan Taylor. Thank you so much for tonight and for all of the work you do every day in support of the arts. I would like to thank the review panel of the Arts Awards this evening, Eric Deshawn Doris, Jessica Dobson, Jessica Modica, Manny Tang, China Cat 663, Nicole Landreth, Orlando Totley, and Tremaine Meadows. Thank you for your thoughtful evaluation of the nominees, and I know you were blown away by the talent. I also want to thank the glass artist, Drew Helge. I hope he's in here. I know he's coming. Drew designed and made the Arts Awards this year, and they're gorgeous, so thank you, Drew. Our dedicated board of directors, all of whom are here tonight, would like to welcome you themselves.
Welcome to the 2025 Arts Awards.
From all of us to all of you, welcome. Tonight's experience wouldn't be possible without our partners in the arts. A big thank you to Hard Rock Rockford, who has increased their support every year. A big thank you to Gino and his team. Woo! Love that. The Dean Olson Foundation, Montel Technologies, Fair Graham, Rosecrans, T-Mobile, NTRAC, the Gomau Wealth Advisory Group from Wells Fargo, and all of those who financially contributed to this beautiful evening. Let's just do that. I want to thank the team at RAMP, Disabilities Resources and Services, who help guide organizations like ours to be more inclusive in every way. As a result of RAMP's work in our community, we have the talented Bethel Breeden and Sonia Newton as our sign language interpreters. Thank you, ladies. The Arts Awards are the Arts Council's annual opportunity to increase your awareness of how our community is connected through the arts. And I think it's appropriate to start at the top with what is happening in Washington today. It threatens to shape what happens here in Rockford, Illinois. The seemingly small but highly strategic moves current leadership is making can seem like a small brush fire, brief and intense, and hopefully without lasting impact. However, suppose the current administration succeeds in its aspirations to dismantle the arts and humanities institutions, among others, and chill any discussion of equity. In that case, the impact will be systemic and catastrophic. Deborah Rutter, the executive director of the National Endowment for the Arts, recently stated, "I have been motivated my whole life by the fundamental values of America: freedom, equality, and a deep belief in the American dream. Core to our American experience is also artistic expression. Artists showcase the range of life's emotions, the loftiest heights of joy, and the depths of grievous despair. They hold a mirror up to the world, reflecting who we are and echoing our stories. The work of artists doesn't always make us feel comfortable, but it sheds light on the truth. Much like our democracy itself, artistic expression must be nurtured, fostered, prioritized, and protected. It is not a passive endeavor. Indeed, there is no clearer sign of American democracy at work than our artists, their work that they produce, and the audience's unalienable right to actively participate. Thank you for participating in democracy tonight." I would like to take a quick look back, because this is my opportunity to share with you the Arts Council and how we connected our community through the arts in 2024. The Arts Council completed the Rockford Region Cultural Plan, a dynamic strategic plan for arts and culture, a first ever for our community, and the cultural plan was made for us, by us. I'm just gonna wait a second. There it is. Implementation of the cultural plan is already underway with a big advocacy and policy win. Through the city's commitment to the cultural plan, we and Go Rockford advocated to allocate some of the city's casino funds, thank you again, Gino, specifically for arts, culture, and entertainment. The Arts Council increased school spirit and neighborhood pride with the mosaic frieze at Lewis Lemon Elementary, made by and for the students of Lewis Elementary. If you haven't seen it, you really must go by. It goes across the entire frieze of the building. It's stunning. The Arts Council's focus on improving the mental health of our youth, with its integration of mental health services and practices into our after-school arts curriculum at Washington Park Community Center. Through our program at Washington Park, we witnessed students' academic achievement soar. The youth who participated in Washington Park's after-school enrichment for the arts experienced a 44% increase in their reading scores. The Arts Council is contributing to the incremental yet undeniable improvements in our quality of life, especially in historic neighborhoods, with increased vibrancy on our 7th Street and Southwest neighborhoods, with the South Main Mercado Festival, mosaics and murals, and strengthening the Unity Pavilion investments of Levings Park. We are all working together toward those efforts. The arts impact public safety, and the Rockford community is no exception. Over the past 8 years, our community has experienced a 38% reduction in violent crime and 35% reduction in property crime. Communities where youth have the option to participate in arts activities have a significant decrease in juvenile crime. And youth involved in the arts, you can't say enough about it. Youth involved in the arts are 5 times less likely to drop out of high school, twice as likely to go to college, and my favorite statistic, 78% more likely to vote. And last but not least, at the end of 2024, the Arts Council purchased the historical Armory building. With hopes of constructing our region's first cultural civic center, breathing new life and increased access to the arts into a community treasure. It is well documented. People involved in the arts are more empathetic, open-minded, and adaptable. They approach change and challenges with creative problem solving and respect for others. People involved in the arts care about their community. They invest in their neighborhoods. They engage with their local leadership, and they get involved. So I think it's safe to say You are all in very good company this evening. Tonight, we celebrate and elevate our vibrant and talented creative sector. My partner on stage is former RPS Kappa student, Arts Council board member, local business owner, director of adult medical surgical inpatient services at UW Health, and my friend, Dr. Lynn Williams. You're welcome. Get to it.
Okay, thank you. What a wonderful crowd. Do we need to squish it a little bit together, a little more to get seats? We got people still standing. Can we make way for those to get seats? Let's try, yeah. I think there's some in this area. Okay, make your way down. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. All right, so the Rockford Area Arts Awards is a celebration. We honor creative individuals and impact organizations who have contributed to the enrichment of our community. Tonight's awards include a dynamic recap of our region's creative sector in 2024, accomplishments, performances, testimonials, and innovations. It is an honor for me to be part of the Rockford Area Arts Council because I was a Kappa kid. Just like, yes. Yes, and I have fond memories. That's why it's so important to get our kids engaged early. I personally have fond memories of two arts leaders from my history, the late Mr. Jim Crow. Yes. And I have to mention Mr. Shelton Kay. Is he here tonight? Yes. So if we were performing plays like Fiddler on the Roof, Alice in Wonderland, The Wiz, those two have impacted my arts journey, and I like to say thank you personally to those guys. Yes, thank you. Now, as a board member, I can attest to the Arts Council's strong, diverse, and ever-growing partnership and how the Arts Council work is connecting our community through the arts. Before we begin the awards section of tonight's program, we want everybody to do a few things. Okay, first of all, get comfortable, okay? And still make some seats for these individuals that are coming through. Get comfortable, take your shoes off if you're while you're sitting down, it's okay. And we want you to cheer, okay? Cheer for each other. Cheer for your family and your friends or a special nominee. Feel the excitement, okay? Feel the pride. And lastly, those receiving the awards, please approach the stage on your right, okay? And we're gonna exit on your left, all right? And then the awardees, you're welcome to say a few words after you receive your award. Now, housekeeping done, let's get the program started, okay? All right, yep, this is my water.
Okay, tonight is our opportunity to share how the Arts Council supports, promotes, and develops access to the arts for everyone. And our mission is achieved by intentional efforts in 4 areas, and you'll see that in your program: service, dedication, collaboration, and impact. When there is a need in our community, a need for creative thinking and doing, the Arts Council answers with sensitivity and innovation. In 2024, Nick's Wish, a foundation for young adults who have cancer to have a lifelong wish granted, approached the Arts Council. They had a young man who had a unique vision for his wish.
My name is Kelly Ritchell-Bailey. I'm the Chief Joy Officer and founder of the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation.
And I'm Mike Barr, and I am what they call a wish maker, which I think is an incredible title.
You know, Nick's Wish was the inspiration of my son, Nick. So Nick was diagnosed with a rare cancer. He actually was a senior in high school here in Rockford, and come to find out he had a tumor wrapped around his spine. So in the midst of just terrible, terrible news, he got a wish from Make-A-Wish. And that wish brought him so much happiness and joy. It just really turned everything around from a time of sorrow to a time of looking for something hopeful, which was the wish. And Make-A-Wish is an amazing, amazing organization. But when he figured out that kids, once they hit 18, they don't qualify for Make-A-Wish anymore, it broke his heart. So the night before Nick passed away of cancer, he asked me if I would help them have a wish too. That was March 9th of 2012. Since that time, we have been able, just the generosity of the community here, been able to just step into a tornado of bad news and a terrible time for these families and bring some joy. Nick's Wish has delivered over 385 wishes.
To get these kids to get away from the day-to-day rigor of what cancer is all about is fulfilling and can be heartbreaking, but fulfilling overcomes the heartbreaking every single time.
Yeah, and recently your experience with Zach was just a few months ago.
So I first learned about Nick's Wish through my hospital here on Long Island. It's not a lot of foundations that are willing to help adolescents with this sort of thing, or willing to help young adults get through this and make their dreams come true.
Zachary's wish was he's writing a comic book, and he was looking for an illustrator that would be able to assist him in manga art. You're looking at a guy whose sweet spot is sports. It's not arts, okay?
Well, I've always wanted to do this whole manga thing. I just find a lot of inspiration from things, but I like the art style of a lot of the seinen stuff because it does tend to go a little darker, more shade, more shadows, things like that. So I guess some of the first conversations is, how can we do this? Because I have no drawing ability or anything like that. I just love storytelling.
I Googled arts in Rockford, and obviously Rockford Arts Council came up, and I contacted. Jordan was nice enough to reach out to me, and through Jordan we have made contact with a fantastic mentor to Zachary in Chicago by the name of Jonathan, who has now gotten an illustrator in the Philippines actually on board to complete the project once Zachary is at a point where he can turn it over from writing to illustration.
Things like video games and manga and stuff like that has really helped me get through this tough journey. And so I thought, why not create one or create something to help others get through their journey? It's kind of cliche, but don't give up on your dream, because there's foundations out there like Nick's Wish that are willing to help. So I'm very grateful for Nick's Wish.
And I just want to say, I can't thank the Arts Council, Mary and Jordan, enough for their involvement in this, because I had nowhere to turn and I had no idea. And Jordan stepped in unbelievably well and enthusiastic, and hooked us up with Jonathan, and without that happening, we wouldn't be talking about it right now.
Yeah, really, there's just so many people that lean in, Arts Council, the community. When we need something, we put it out there, and somehow or another, a miracle happens. Honestly, it's we don't have any special sauce. We just have good people that lean in.
So, big props out to everybody at the Arts Council.
Thank you, Kelly and Mike, for the important work you do. And thank you, Nick. We are just honored to play a small part in granting Zach's wish. The following award categories exemplify what it means to serve our community through the arts.
Okay, Mary, we're going to start with Arts Educator of the Year. Arts educators, from band instruction to theater techs, help students become more well-rounded and capable of individuals by teaching them to develop original ideas through creative projects and practices. Art teachers nurture students' emotional intelligence to teaching them to understand and manage their feelings and communicate their experiences through the arts. Arts Educator of the Year is awarded to a Rockford area educator who has demonstrated exceptionalism in education, either through a career of leadership or mentorship or through a specific student-led project. Arts Educator of the Year nominees include Jillian Myers, Joel Zavala, Lauren Hart, Lori Beach Grass, Missy Minardi, Rachel Hanlon. Stuart Johnson. Toby Thomas. And Yash Masabji. The 2025 Arts Educator of the Year is Jillian Myers. All right. Oh, I'm gonna keep reading. Jillian Myers' nominator shared. Jillian joined the Marshall faculty at the beginning of the 23-24 school year, replacing our talented art teacher who retired. In that short amount of time, she has reinvigorated visual arts at Marshall's, engaging all students, from the very talented to the very reluctant, in collaborative projects such as a mural in the art room, a life-size pencil sketch collage of Thurgood Marshall, and a giant multimedia insect displayed at partnership at the Burpee for the semester showcase last spring. Her projects push students to expand their abilities through a wide range of techniques and media. She extends learning beyond mere visual representation into inquiry and research. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. Maybe one of you could like try to hit a fadeaway in the basket and then the waste basket or something to make me feel better. I have something I'd like to say. Can I? Okay. Hang on. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I did not expect that. Okay. So, thank you so much. This is a very meaningful honor for me. I was born and raised here in Rockford, and it's a city that I love with my whole heart. I attended Rockford Public Schools and was uplifted by countless dedicated public school teachers, a lot of them here today. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you to my former teacher, now colleague Carrie Rollins, for nominating me. But the truth is that any one of the excellent, loving, passionate, talented middle school public art teachers in RPS 205 right now that I work with all the time could have taken this award because we work together all the time. I love them, and I accept it for all of us right now because we work together all the time. I'd also like to take this opportunity, standing in front of a room of grown-ups, to ask each of you for a favor, and that is to defend and vocalize your support of your local public school teachers and staff. We accept everyone with open arms and try to show every kid that shows up at our classroom door what's possible, regardless of their ability level or their background. We need solidarity and our community's outspoken support to ensure that we're able to keep up the good work. That is, of introducing the next generation to the arts, the work of building their skills, and the work of empowering them to exercise their voices. Arts education is more important now than ever in 2025 because our students, art students, will be equipped to be active makers and doers, not just passive watchers and acceptors of what's going on in the world around them. And thank you to the Arts Council for inviting me here, and to all of the nominees for your contributions to our shared community. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep, right out there. Oh, I love artists. Okay. Just gets me fired up. As you've heard tonight, youth are dramatically impacted by their involvement in the arts. Arts education develops workplace and life skills, flexibility, problem solving, effective communication, the ability and desire to learn new skills, creativity and innovation, and even striving for excellence. According to the International Association for the Evaluation of Education Achievement, the schools that produce the highest academic achievement in the United States today are spending up to 30% of the day on arts. Tonight, I think we could write some letters, maybe get that done. Tonight, we celebrate the Rockford Region's creative young people. The Young Arts Ambassador Award is given to an individual recognized as having made a significant contribution to the Rockford community through the arts. Young Arts Ambassador nominees include Jeffrey Bear Birch, Nyla Brooks, Rena White, and Ziana Olson. The 2025 Young Arts Ambassador is Nyla Brooks. Nyla, thank you. Nyla is a passionate performer, choreographer, and dance instructor from Rockford, Illinois. With a deep love for dance and musical theater, she specializes in tap, jazz, and hip hop. She also works as an instructor at Rockford Dance Company and Beauty and Motion Dance Arts in styles including hip hop, jazz, and contemporary. Recent choreography credits include You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and the Addams Family at Auburn High School, along with working as assistant choreographer for Guys and Dolls in 2024 at Starlight Theater. Up next, she is thrilled to be I messed this up earlier today, choreographing Beetlejuice with Children's Theater Project and returning as an assistant choreographer for Grease at RVC's Starlight Theater. Yes, you are absolutely going to do that. Thank you. Your shoes are off. I love that.
Yes, my shoes are off, as Mary wanted to say. Hi, I'm Kayla. I am not Naila. However, Naila is currently at the Rockford Dance Company teaching hip hop. And so we are very excited about Naila receiving this award. She is phenomenal. She's been with the Rockford Dance Company for years. She's been teaching, and I even just heard a story tonight from another Rockford Dance Company participant about how Naila has this special way about her to connect with her peers and with students, and about how she was seen in a hallway consoling a student that was struggling with class, and just her ability to connect and to encourage and to inspire. So Naila is amazing, and I know she will be so excited to hear about this. I gotta get back to my phone and call her. But yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Do I take this?
Okay. Where are we headed? Excellence in service to the arts. Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, excellence in service to the arts for an individual. All right. Service to the arts comes in different forms, from serving as a de facto patron, assisting arts in acquiring funding, to serving as community champions by integrating the arts into agency programs and services. There are countless ways to serve our community through the arts. Tonight's nominees include a host of people and agencies we are truly grateful for in this creative sector. The Excellence in Service to the Arts Award recognizes an individual who has made a significant contribution in support of the arts in the Rockford region. Excellence in Service to the Arts for an individual nominees include Christopher Sims, yeah. Dave Pedersen, Devin Goff, Donnie Mack, oh, nice. Jenna Goldsmith, Judith Gouda, Goody, Laura Aikman, Tina Renee Alexander. Tobias Hardy Cooper. Victor Rivera. The 2025 Excellence in Service to the Arts Award for an individual goes to Victor Rivera. Where is he? So these past 5 years, as Victor comes, Victor is why you are seeing and hearing about the Arts Council. He is why you may know more about the programs at the library. You may have seen his beautiful post about the Ethnic Heritage Museum or his exhibit among Rockford's hip hop history, and more. One of Vic's nominators, of which there were many, states, I am nominating Vic for his in-depth visual tribute to the local hip-hop history. Not only has his viral art amazing the goal of researching, documenting, and celebrating local hip-hop artists from a historical perspective, was altogether beautiful and educational. Vic works tirelessly to promote individual artists as he has a deep understanding of the importance and the appreciation for institutions that support them. Congratulations.
I just came to hang out. And to be nominated with guys like Chris Sims and David Peterson was already a win to me. I didn't have anything prepared, honestly, but the words are starting to come, so I'm going to start saying them. I think I was one of those guys that grew up in Rockford with a era that people that hated Rockford. But I never hated Rockford because Rockford was a dream of an immigrant child. And that child was my dad, is my dad. But in his small village, coming to Rockford was everything. So I always believed in that dream. And in my travels as a DJ and as a b-boy, it was always like, oh, you're pretty good for a Rockford guy. And I've always shamed me because I felt that way until I started noticing that I was better than a lot of people from around the country and around the world. So the narrative became, you're great, and you happen to be from Rockford. And if the merit of excellence in service is me uplifting everybody in this room, then you can nominate me for the rest of my time being on this earth. Because there's going to be more high fives, there's going to be more towel whips. I'm going to be on the bench cheering for all of you and making sure that not only Rockford knows that Rockford is great, but that the rest of the world knows that Rockford is a great cultural melting pot. And if you ask me, it's the greatest city on God's green earth. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Art Council. This is crazy. I'll be accepting drinks all night. God bless you.
Okay. Excellence in service to the arts for an organization or group. Excellence in service to the arts for a group recognizes a business, agency, or organization that has made a significant contribution in support of the arts in the Rockford area. Nominees for excellence in service to the arts for a group include 317 Art Collaborative, Ars Publica, Art de Triomphe, Arts at Emmanuel, the Cardio Tappers, J.R. Cortman Center for Design, Maze Books, Rock and Roll Institute, Rock X Royal LLC. Tadmore Tailoring. And Whisper Studios. The 2025 Excellence in Service to the Arts for an Organization is J.R. Cortman Center for Design. Cortman's, for nearly 40 years, has been a stronghold in downtown Rockford for artists, for unique gift shoppers, for the queer community, late nighters, and arts appreciators, offering customers something they can't find anywhere else, combining art and function. For those who have yet to delight in the company of Doc and Jerry, the J.R. Cortman Center for Design, founded in 1986, in 1986 by Doc Slavskowski and Jerry Cortman, is a concept store with an accent on fine design in both functional and decorative objects, plus an upstairs fine art gallery. There's more. In 1986, the story goes, Doc and Jerry worked hard to establish their distinctive shop in a downtown that was experiencing a downturn. At the time, Mayor John F. McNamara, my dad, told our family that Doc and Jerry, a talented, smart, and delightful couple, wanted to open their business downtown. He was tickled by the business proposal, and I believe in the end, the celebration included a homemade cheesecake presented by Doc and Jerry to my dad at City Hall. Since then, countless artists have been seen and have felt seen because of Doc and Jerry's friendship and kindred spirits. They invite you in to share of yourself all your fancies and foibles and fun personality quirks. And in return, they champion local creatives by thoughtfully curating art exhibits that pique our curiosity and delight our imagination. Their excellence in service to the arts is not to be matched. Their nurturing of our local creative community and their welcoming presence in our downtown established a precedent for Rockford's inclusive spirit. Thank you, J.R. Cortman Center for Design.
Thank you. Thanks to the Arts Council, and I guess we have to thank everybody who has supported us over the years, all our art patrons and customers and people who have kept us going all these years and encouraged us. And I also have to thank the media, and some personal thanks would be to my sister Nancy, who we called Nenny, who worked in the store with us all those years and made it possible for us to spend as much time working with the gallery and the arts and other things in the community. So, and then Michael Bugler, who did all of our, in the early days, did our art cards and graphic arts, which we didn't have access to back in those days. And also Sherry Rittenhouse, who was our first curator for the first few years of business. She was the one who kind of got us on our feet with the arts, and she kind of taught us a lot about dealing with in a gallery situation and dealing with artists, and also even how to install a show. I remember she said, when in doubt, just start putting stuff on the wall. So and that's what we did. And then also Doug and Holly Connell and Kevin Cronin, producers of the Art Zone, which has been a big part of the community and still is, and it's now up on YouTube. So Google the Art Zone Rockford or search Art Zone Rockford, and you'll see over almost 40 episodes of the show that were produced in the 1990s. So it's a great view of a historical look at the arts in Rockford when we were sort of experiencing a birth of the arts in Rockford. So it's a lot of cool interviews with artists and creative people. But most of all, we would like to thank the artists in the city who have shown at the gallery and that we've gotten to meet over the years, because if it weren't for them, none of this would have been possible. They were the ones who made us look good, actually. We just sort of provided a space for them. And it's been a great experience for us, too. So thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving into dedication, L.R. Nost, author and social justice activist, shares this: "Life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing, hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living heartbreaking, soul-healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful." Tonight, we honor artists and dedicated supporters of the arts with music that has been played by countless artists, honoring treasured souls across time, and touching us with the ultimate combination of piercing sorrow and tear-filled joy. Somewhere Over the Rainbow will be performed by Rockford Symphony Orchestra's assistant concertmaster and a Music Academy instructor, Rachel Handlin, and her Music Academy student, an Auburn High School sophomore, Royce Smith. Dedication starts with Visual Artist of the Year. Let us begin with some of our region's creatives who make breathtakingly beautiful art. The Visual Artist of the Year award recognizes an individual who demonstrated significant achievement in or contribution to the arts in the Rockford area through visual art. Nominees for Visual Artist of the Year: Aaron Carlin, Brett Whitaker, Brian Douglas, Chris Jeebus Sweeney, Drew Urich, Dustin Eckhart, Laura Gomel, Melissa Van Horn, Michelle Dorr, Nancy King Mertz, Nick Cashmere, Norm Knott, Rose Salinas, and Tony McLaughlin. The 2025 Visual Artist of the Year is Laura Gomel. If you, she's bouncing her way up here. If you haven't had the pleasure of meeting Laura, you are missing out. Her humor, honesty, and charm are only a few of her most cherished qualities. She hosts a welcoming and encouraging space at 317, mentoring emerging artists and nurturing the spirits of artists who have been at it a long time. One of Laura's nominators shares, Laura's impact on the Rockford art scene is both profound and inspiring. Since her arrival, she has poured her heart and soul into the nurturing of 317 Art Collaborative, showcasing not only her commitment to the arts, but also her passion for fostering a vibrant creative community. 317 Market Street stands as a testament to Rockford's rich artistic history, and Laura's efforts to uphold and enhance its significance are truly commendable.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. I didn't think I was going to win. I was just going to sit there. Thank you guys so much. It means so much to me to win this award. You know, we have so many talented artists here in town, and to be singled out in this group is not nothing at all. It's really, really means a lot to me. I just want to say thank you all for our support. We're like in this crazy position right now in this country. Mary kind of touched on that at the beginning. And you know, the weirdest and kind of hilarious thing is that it might be the first time in the history of America that our jobs may be more secure than government officials. So I'm going to go with that. But, you know, in reality, though, we do have, you know, some scary looks at maybe cutting for funding and other things that is our lifeblood. But, you know, we'll just do it ourselves because that's what we do. In times of the country being in, or the world, I should say, being in crisis or being in transition or, you know, what looks really gloomy, this is the artist's time. So really, we got to look upon this time as an opportunity for us to do our job, which is reflect the world around us and to engage people and to make people feel connected. So thank you so much. I just made that shit up.
Woo, very well said. All right, we're going to the Performing Artist of the Year. All right. Performances and productions provide life-altering experience for people because, as you, our audience members tonight, participating in many ways, Chicago-based performance artist Nick Cave creates sound suits. Surreally majestic objects blending fashion and sculpture, fully concealing the body, the sound suits serve as an alien second skin that obscures race, gender, and class, allowing viewers to look without biases toward the wearer's identity. The next two awards recognize individuals and groups who provide Nick Cave-like transformative experiences through performance and production. Performing Artist of the Year recognizes an individual performing artist or ensemble, music, dance, choreography, actor, and so on, who demonstrate significant achievement in contribution to the performing arts in the Rockford area. The nominees for Performing Artist of the Year are Christopher Hereford, Joel Zavala, Lizette Lil Lizzie Vega, Michael Miller Cornejo, Nikisia Sharp, Rockford Dance Company and Rockford Symphony Orchestra, Tina Renee Alexander, and Toby Thomas. The 2025 Performing Artist of the Year is Michael Miller Cornejo. Okay, according to his nominator, Michael's work exemplifies what it means to be a performing artist at the highest caliber. His talent, drive, and generosity of spirit inspire those who have the privilege of working with him or witnessing his artistry. Whether on stage in rehearsal room or behind the scenes, Michael consistently raises the bar for the artistic excellence and inclusivity in the Rockford region. Another nominator stated, "I am honored to nominate Michael for the Performing Arts of the Year because of his remarkable achievements in choreography, his dedication to community and education, and his unwavering commitment to creating an art that uplifts and inspires." Congratulations.
Did not expect to win. I'm just honestly, truly thankful to even be nominated. A huge thank you to those that nominated me and the Arts Council. As someone who, sorry, my heart's pounding. I really should use the bathroom before this. But as someone who grew up in not the most wealthiest circumstances, and having parents who worked their butts off and uprooted themselves to create a life for us, I'm truly thankful to be here and to hopefully create meaningful stories and inspirations for other and the next generations to be able to continue and to do the same. I wouldn't be here without my family, my parents, my sisters in the crowd. Huge shout out to my husband, Mark, who has been there and to support me throughout everything, the crazy nights. In theater, I think it's a really good expression and it's a good escape for many people. And it takes a community. So I accept this award not just for myself, but on behalf of all the hard workers, from the performers to directors, costumes, sets, every single piece of art that comes together to create an amazing performance for everyone. But in a world today where art is super important, I hope we continue to uplift each other. And just looking around this room and seeing so many people, I'm just honored to even be considered and be in this room with so many of you amazing people. So thank you.
Production of the Year. Production of the Year is awarded to an individual, business, or organization that produced the best local theater, film, media, or live production in the Rockford area. An excellent production creates an unforgettable experience, and this year's productions are no exception. Production of the Year nominees include Brian Nambo, Justin Francis, Nick Povolitis, the Nielsen Chorale, Norm Knott, Shakia Yancey, Somnium, the Book of Forest Lament, and Whisper Studios. The 2025 Production of the Year is Somnium, the Book of Forest Lament. As described by a nominator, Somnium was an amazing, immersive, and out-of-the-box community event that certainly deserves recognition. Somnium, in its 4th year of production, has captured our community's attention and sense of imagination. From one year to the next, Somnium has grown and incrementally added to its cast of performers, writers, painters, designers, musicians, technicians, and fans. For local artists, it is a joy, most of the time, to participate, sharing ideas, approaches, and perspectives. For audiences, the critical mass of creativity is evident and inspirational. And for the youth of the Arts Council's Spark Somnium Camp, according to a Somnium camper, it provides the opportunity to explore the arts in a way that they've never been done before, opening creative doors and investigating new personal territory. Somnium's combination of sound exploration and live music, storytelling, poetry, and narration, its live dance, movement, and poi performances, and its weekend-long showcase of local creatives is visionary. Congratulations. Oh, how fun! It's all of you! I love that! Well done! Get in there.
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who came to Somnium, because really that's who we create it for. So thank you for giving us a reason to invent, create, and just dream, which is what we love to do. Also, thank you to the Rockford Park District, who hosted us in the beautiful Sinisippi Park this year. It was a totally different experience. It was so beautiful and just wonderful to be there all the way through the summer and all the way through the fall. Thank you to the Rockford Area Arts Council for helping to support our camp that we offer, which is open right now. If you know students in high school who are interested in the arts, we have an amazing collaboration camp that is free, thanks to the Rockford Area Arts Council, that we would love to see your students in. And thank you to our amazing, amazing team, which this is just a few of the amazing people on our team. And there are others out there. I know there are. Where are you? Stand up if you're in Somnium. We have a team of around 20 artists who are just amazing in what they do. And they create and we bring together this beautiful production that is, you know, a dream. So you want to say something? Anyone up here? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for everything. For me, it's a pleasure to be here sharing this award. I am coming from the Dominican Republic and being here in Rockford, creating this project with this community that I feel like my second home. It's just beautiful, creating a space for freedom where artists can just explore different ideas, and one of the main things we have been creating with Somnium have been creating a concept where all the artists can explore with freedom what they want to do, what they want to create, what they want to see, and what they want to show to the public, what they want to share with everyone. And having this project where artists, not only from Rockford, artists from different places of the world have been part of the project, creating music, creating visuals, dancing, and all the things. I feel so happy of being here, making that, creating this, and bringing all the community together. Thank you, and thank you to the amazing team for all the things that everybody's doing, like the dancers, music, visual art, all the students that put a lot in the project, that you can see a lot of the students, and we can wait for this year that I hope will be too much better. Thank you.
I feel like we're on Sound of Music.
All right. Celebrating literary excellence. Okay. In English, we say, "Can I be a child again?" But in poetry, we say, "Take me back to when laughter was endless and my dreams were bigger than my fears." Sound like a poet? There is nothing like the talent of the written word. Those who take our everyday language and create something fresh, compelling, and insightful gives us a gift. Literary excellence is awarded to a Rockford area individual or agency who has demonstrated exceptionalism in the literary arts through authorship, performance, and/or contribution to the overall literacy or in community in the 2024. This year's Literary Art Excellence nominees include Dave Pedersen, Dalen Garcia, Jenna Goldsmith, Carla Clark, Kimberla Lawson Roby. And the 2025 Literary Excellence Award goes to Jenna Goldsmith. So working with Jenna is a joy. She honored the city of Rockford with her service as the 2023-2024 Poet Laureate, bringing poetry to an unexpected places, and as a professor of literature at the Rockford University. Jenna's work during her term as a Poet Laureate went above and beyond the written word. She advocates for LGBTQIA+ students and other underrepresented groups, offering workshops and classes that empower individuals to navigate complex issues with empathy and intellect. Jenna's nominator shared, Jenna is an exceptional writer. For 2 years, she served as the City of Rockford's Poet Laureate, published multiple collections of her poetry, and shared her passion for literature through teaching. Her many readings and performances throughout the Rockford region. She's not only a skillful and accomplished artist, but she's a wonderful human being. Aww. Jenna loves our city and does all she can to do to support our artists, community, making each space she is a part of welcoming, encouraging, and safe for all. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's an honor to be amongst such talented writers. One of my heroes was in this category with me, Kimberly Lawson Roby. I can't see you, but I think you're over there. So that was a dream for me. I want to thank the City of Rockford, Rockford Public Library, and the Arts Council for sponsoring the Poet Laureate position. When I accepted that honor, I had no idea that so many people in town would want a poet in their lives. And it was overwhelming, it was surprising, and I met so many wonderful people through that role. It was really the honor of a lifetime to have that opportunity. I like to tell people we had a Poet Laureate program before Chicago, so that's something to be proud of. And we're one of only a few communities in the state of Illinois to have a Poet Laureate program, so that's something to be really proud of. The last thing I'll say is that if you like something about the arts in town, please tell somebody about it. Tell your alder people, tell your legislators, tell the city, because it's only really through that feedback that we will continue to support these programs. We don't know the impact that we're making unless people provide us that feedback. So if you've been touched by somebody out in the audience, share it with somebody. So thank you very much.
It's me. It's me. Oh, thank you. All right, we're going to the innovation in the arts. Maybe? No, Mary, it is you. Collaboration. Let's do collaboration. Okay.
Let's do that. Okay. According to local dancers, Megan and Caitlin Baylor, everything about dancing is a collaboration. It is a collaboration between mind and body, between movement and music, between the forces within and the forces without. When we dance, we take care of one another. We are actively aware of those around us in space. We are ready to take their weight and give them our own. We are acutely alert to the pulse of the group which beats as one. Every opportunity dancers have to create, whether the fellow movers or the fellow artists of other media, fosters a deep and beautiful community. Such is the collaborative essence of dance. All the way down.
We are
Maya Angelou said, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." The next two awards remind us that creativity is unlimited. The more we create, the more ideas and inspiration we'll have to share. Innovation in the arts is awarded to an individual, business, or organization whose work in the Rockford area pushed the traditional boundaries of the art market by the use of new or emergent media, a new perspective on an old theme, or avant-garde digital integration. The 2025 Innovation in the Arts nominees include 360 Graceworks, Erin Carlin. Bob Schlehuber. Jacob Rufa. Joel Zavala. Somnium. Toby Thomas. And Whisper Studios. The 2025 Innovation in the Arts Award goes to Bob Schlehuber. Bob is a person who does not have a work-life compartmentalization. To our benefit, he lives in a combined state of divine purpose. Bob's nominator shared Bob Schlehuber's reflection on isolation transcended traditional art forms by immersing himself and participants in a raw, reflective exploration of isolation. His work was not only a bold performance piece, but also a catalyst for community collaboration, connecting organizations and individuals around a shared challenge. His innovative integration of art, activism, and social impact demonstrates Bob's exceptional vision and contribution to peace building through art. Congratulations. Come on in. Not Bob. Not Bob. This is so Hollywood. Go ahead.
I know, thank you.
Be careful there. Okay, you
Well,
got it?
Bob couldn't be here tonight. He likes isolation so much that he stayed in that little room tonight. But before he went into the little room, he actually slid me this note he wanted me to share with you all. So isolation and loneliness are universal experiences. And this project made people stop and reflect on them. Bob turned solitude into something communal, creating a space where people weren't just spectators, but active participants, whether peering through two-way mirrors or stepping into the isolation room themselves. I don't know if anyone else stepped in that isolation room. I was scared to death to step in there. I never like to be alone with myself, but I did it, and it was an amazing experience. And while the art itself is powerful, the real innovation was how it connected people. This project brought together organizations tackling isolation from every angle. NAMI addressed it with mental health, Working Families Party fighting against solitary confinement, Nick's Wish supporting young adults facing medical isolation, Rockford University fostering human connection through education, the Rockford Area Arts Council, whose art scene made it a space for this project and so many other artists to share their work with the public. And of course, Test Site Art Foundation, giving this project and so many artists and businesses a home. Beyond organizations, it was individuals. Tiffany and Tom Stone, Ron Kluwer, Lois Lutz, Don Hager, Louise Pasca, Mucha, Ellen Amer, all who put in hours to make this all happen. It was artists Eamon James Talkington, Valentina Fedendosia, Alessia Jera, Benjamin Chauvin, and Ronald Posca, who elevated the experience with their own reflections of isolation. Bob wants me to say thanks that this award isn't just about him, it's ours. And he assured me that when he returns to Rockford on Monday, he plans to smash this award in tiny little pieces and share it with each of you. On behalf of Bob, thanks for this honor, and let's keep making our art that connects. Thank you.
Thank you. so much better than Bob. I'm totally kidding. I like to give Bob a hard time. Okay. The Placemaking and Spacemaking Award recognizes an individual, business, organization, public art installation, or event that enhanced life for the Rockford area residents through the arts. Placemaking and Spacemaking nominees include Brian Nambo, Go Rockford's Creative, Inscape Collective, Janine Stevenson, Her Sister Art Club, Maze Books. The 2025 Placemaking and Spacemaking Award goes to Maze Books. A passionate nomination includes the following. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more cohesive literary hub than Maze Books. It's the epicenter of the literary arts in Rockford right now, thanks to the placemaking of Dave and Kim Pedersen, Maze's owners. Of particular note this year is a huge success of their book club. I have hosted and been a part of many book clubs before, but I've never seen a book club take off like the one at Maze between strangers. It's very, if you build it, they will come. Dave and Kim pick a book, set a date, and people actually read the book. The people are mostly strangers, and the books are chosen for them, which makes this placemaking event all the more astounding. Dave and Kim are such wonderful hosts, and the space is so special. People are willing to cold buy a book and then come in and talk about it for an hour with a bunch of people they've probably never met. So this is the gold that is Maze Books. Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Rockford. I was telling people tonight that the Rockford Area Arts Awards is the art award that you don't want to win. You just want to be nominated because there's so much to share and there's so many people doing amazing things in this community, and I don't want to take away from that. I'm a Midwesterner, so I'm guilty anytime I get attention. So I want to thank Kim, of course, who has been in my corner the whole time, and Haley, who's been with us now for over 2 years, and of course Rockford, which is the best place to own a bookstore in the world. You guys are fantastic. And I would be remiss if I didn't invite y'all to the demonstration on Sunday in Belvedere at 1 o'clock at the Fiesta Market for pro-immigration. Y'all are welcome to come with me. Let's make some damn noise. Yeah.
Impact. When you invest in the arts, you invest in the heart and soul of your community. You invest in the here and now and the many potential futures. You give a platform to emerging artists, future audiences, provide opportunities for youth to seniors, and enrich the cultural fabric of our community. You connect our community with the arts. The arts drive a stronger social network and build community cohesion. They increase the tax base. They reduce health risks. They increase empathy and create more community pride. These things together make it possible for communities to progress towards their goals. People who participate in the arts as a creative or just an audience member are 86% more civically engaged. Residents living on a block where community-based art projects take place are 1.6 times more likely to report they feel increased connection. Patients who see nature or art from their hospital beds recuperate almost 1 day faster and require fewer pain medications. A single hospital stay averages $2,300, and about 25 million people stay per year at least one night in the hospital. Arts make people love where they live, and love for your community leads to economic growth. The arts create a sense of place and belonging. The arts are a unique vehicle for empathy, a quality so critical to community cohesion. We're here to the final two awards. The next two recognize those who are respected and admired, those whose contributions are inspirational and aspirational. The award for the Distinguished Artist of the Year is given to an individual recognized as distinguished in their discipline, having made a significant contribution to the creative community through the arts over their career. Distinguished Artist is an honorary position for 1 year, during which the individual will serve as an arts ambassador for the Rockford Region. Distinguished Artist of the Year nominees include Andrew Mertzenich, Brett Whitaker, Brian Douglas, China Cat 663 Manny Tang, Chris Jeebus Sweeney, Christopher Sims, Drew Urich, Dyson White, Judith Gowdy, Laura Gomel, Lincoln Bias, Marcel Woodfork, Norm Knott, and Paul Sletton. Please join me in honoring the 2024 Distinguished Artist of the Year, Brett Whitaker. Brett is one of the most talented artists in the Rockford area, says his nominator. He is also one of the most supportive and influential artists in the creative community. His work is known and respected all over the country, and despite being one of the busiest people I know, he always finds time to invest in the artists and businesses in this community. In addition to his incredible accomplishments as a renowned muralist, Brett is also a completely genuine, approachable, and always willing to help with where he can person. Brett has been the most supportive mentor to me. He has taught me so much about being an artist, understanding my value as an artist, and my belief in myself. And I know that I'm not the only artist who can say that. The Rockford art community is better because Brett is a part of it. Yeah. Wow, come on!
That's so nice. Oh, shucks. It's definitely not what I'm in it for, but this is so awesome to be honored this way. Oh boy. I'm Midwestern. Yeah, I know the guilt thing. It's so cool to see like Paul nominated, a chef, a piano instructor, dog walkers. Thank you to the Arts Council, first and foremost, and whoever nominated me. You know who you are. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are. My parents, my dad is here. Give us a whirl, Dad. Dave Whitaker here. My parents never discouraged my creative practices and nurtured my talents always, and they always showed up. Friends, I was a young musician, and I had friends who were doing visual art. I lived with local artist Damian Davis when I first moved out. And outside of art class, I never saw someone do art just for enjoyment, you know? And he was really expressive that way. I was like, oh, this is something you can do. And it was about that time I started to do things for myself that way. In Chicago, Tony Sackett, great songwriter, he had an art degree from University of Texas. And I respected the art that he did and also his opinion. And he saw a few things I was starting to experiment with. And he says, dude, you should do more of that. And that's really all it took. And that summer I knocked out like 30 pieces. had my first art show, and the rest is history. I always wanted to go bigger and wider, buildings. I put it out to the world, and now I do mostly murals, which is a lot of fun. I don't like people to see my unfinished work, so I have this pace thing where I tend to get things done overnight or pretty quick, but yeah, I don't like people to see unfinished work. Brad Towell, who's also a local, I worked underneath him for a little bit before moving to Chicago. He just turned me on to so much in the ways of like music, film, directors, other ways to do art. So very inspiring. Thanks, buddy. My wife, Kate, who holds down the fort while I'm out doing these crazy hours and traveling to do my jobs. And, another thing with the pace. She's always like, "Are you done yet so you can help me raise these kids?" She's also very smart and very creative. The RAC VB, John, Kristen, and Julie, who have given me great opportunities since I moved back here in 2020 in doing some big walls in these mural festivals and being involved in that endeavor. Of course, all the other nominees, like I mentioned, I'm just honored and grateful for this. Thank you again to Mary and everybody with the Arts Council and the great city of Rockford. Thank you so much.
Yes. There is a special group of people, of visionaries who we are honoring tonight with the Crowning Achievement Award. In the words of fellow group members, this group of people is linked by the critical mass of their development, which was created to establish, identify, and market the cultural district of Rockford. These projects are not just foundational to the arts and culture sector of our region, but they are also critical community development projects. Tonight, Go Rockford's president and CEO, John Groh, will present this important award to a visionary group of individuals. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This past year, I've had the good fortune and great honor to join a group at the state level, the Board of Directors of the Illinois Arts Council. So on behalf of our director, Joshua Davis, Board Chair Nora Daly, and Governor J.B. Pritzker, I want to congratulate all of the honorees tonight and continued good wishes on behalf of the state of Illinois for all your creative endeavors. In my role here in Rockford, at Go Rockford, people often ask me a very difficult question. They ask me, what's your favorite place to visit in Rockford? It's a tough question, but one spot that always stands out to me is a quiet corner inside the Coronado Theater's lobby. There, you'll find a plaque with the words of the Athenian Oath, a centuries-old pledge of personal responsibility and civic duty. This oath, taken by young citizens of ancient Athens, was a promise to fight for the ideals of their city, to respect its laws, and to work unceasingly to make it greater and more beautiful for future generations. It reads in part, "I will strive unceasingly to quicken the public sense of civic duty. Thus, in all ways, I will transmit this city, not only not less, but greater and more beautiful than it was transmitted to me." These words resonate with me, and I hope they resonate with you tonight because they remind us of an essential truth. Meaningful change is never the work of one, but it is the triumph of many. It takes people who are willing to step up, to take responsibility, to give of their time and their energy and their passion to make a community better. Tonight, the Crowning Achievement Award honors a group of visionaries who did just that. They saw beyond what was and envisioned what could be. They came together as leaders, as volunteers, as organizations, to create two monumental organizations that form the foundation of our cultural community. Tonight, we bestow the Crowning Achievement Award on those who established the Riverfront Museum Park and who restored the Coronado Theater. This award is not about the buildings, though. It's about people. People who saw beyond bricks and mortar to a vision of a more vibrant Rockford. These people were and are the dreamers and doers who believed that this city deserved a thriving arts and cultural scene. They gave their time, they raised funds, they navigated challenges, they didn't give up. Not for the immediate reward, but because they knew they were shaping something enduring, something that would inspire and enrich generations to come. Today, and since 1991, in the former home of a Sears department store, the Riverfront Museum Park stands as a collaborative home for arts and culture, bringing together the Rockford Art Museum, the Rockford Dance Company, the Rockford Symphony Orchestra, and the Discovery Center Museum. It's a place where creativity thrives, learning flourishes, community connections are strengthened. And of course, also we're recognizing the Coronado Theater, an architectural jewel and a cultural cornerstone that continues to inspire residents and visitors, just as it has since its 1927 opening. This theater, you all know it, features gilded Spanish and Italian facades under a star-lit dreamy ceiling, creating an enhancing ambience that enhances every performance. The theater is recognized as one of Illinois' 200 great places and is noted as one of the finest atmospheric theaters in the entire country. Today, the theater continues to stand as a testament to Rockford's enduring commitment to the arts. However, the theater was almost lost to decay and neglect. After a period of significant decline, the theater underwent a nearly $20 million restoration and reopened in 2001, revitalizing its original grandeur and modernizing its facilities to accommodate contemporary performances for all to use and share. Together, these institutions form the heart of Rockford's cultural corridor, a lasting testament to the vision, dedication, and hard work of those we celebrate tonight. A host of people, but a host that includes people like Webbs Norman and Joanne Baker, Colleen Holmbeck and Susan Williams, Harry Stonecipher, Sally Funderburg, Diane Vanita, Bill Aldridge, Scott Sullivan, Roger Reithmeyer, Diane Vanita, Joan Stonecipher, Sarah Wolf, Charles Box, Nancy Waldorf, and Mary Ann and Gordy Smith. And of course, with them, a host of individuals, leaders, volunteers, arts organizations, and advocates making up the Rockford Art Museum, the Rockford Park District, the Rockford Dance Company, the Discovery Center, Burpee Museum, the Symphony Orchestra, Northern Public Radio, and Storefront Cinema, all who believed in something greater than themselves and helped shape the Rockford that we see today. I can't help but think, Mary, about the momentous work that the Arts Council is undertaking with the Armory, and look back to the nearly impossible task that was undertaken and was succeeded with the Coronado and Riverfront, with the Arts Council thread throughout all of these projects. So before we invite them on stage, let's take a moment to reflect on the impact of their work and the cultural foundation that they've built in this brief video.
I always say we have a round table, which will always accommodate one more. I don't remember what the question was, but I know the answer is yes.
In the words of fellow group members, this group of people is linked by the critical mass their development created to establish, identify, and market the cultural district of Rockford. The Riverfront Museum Park and Coronado projects are not just foundational to the arts and culture sector of our region. but they were also critical community development projects.
I'd like to start with an illumination of the role of the Rockford Area Arts Council, because we were so involved in both projects. Look at the Arts Council as a catalyst.
During the 1980s, when the Riverfront Museum Park was developed, I was legal director for the city. And during the Coronado project in the 90s, I was the mayor of the city.
Late 1970s, the Sears Company donates the building where many of our museums are now, like the Discovery Center and the Art Museum. The Art Association back then did a study to see if that could be a museum in that location.
We had this wonderful opportunity of the Sears building. The Arts Council became involved bringing the groups together. With the 6 organizations, we had the Park District doing its magic, take over ownership of the Sears building.
In order for us to be able to levy a museum tax to support them. And then that's when great organizations like Rockford Symphony Orchestra, Rockford Dance Company, the Rockford Art Museum, the Discovery Center, NPR, all came and committed to moving into that operation.
Riverfront Museum Park was, I think, ahead of its time, where a lot of cities and agencies all had separate locations, separate overheads, and costs were running rampant. We thought everything could work there, and it did.
We wanted a diverse audience. We wanted to help cement the value of a downtown that has a cultural corridor.
And then in 1981, that's when Riverfront Museum Park officially opened, and now is, the home of some of the great national treasures. I mean, you think about Jane the Teen Dinosaur at Burpee. You think about Discovery Centers, the #1 children's museum in the country. The arts, the largest gallery space in the state of Illinois at the Rockford Art Museum. It's a treasure, and I think it's a blessing, and this community is very lucky to have such an amazing museum campus.
The needs of each of the organizations were different, but in many ways the needs were the same. We wanted to serve our community. We wanted to have everyone feel welcome. We wanted to reach out to people who didn't necessarily go to a museum. We wanted to reach out to people whose children might be interested in getting start in the world of dance. And the symphony needed a place to rest because there wasn't any office space here at that time at the Coronado Theater.
The theater came together at a time when the stars were aligned. We knew that this theater had a singular place in the hearts of Rockford. And we needed to seriously consider the ability of this community, private and public, to finance a big project.
The government can't do it by itself. We private nonprofits can't do it by ourselves, so we need to do it together. It's just a wonderful mix of everyone having an important and equal role. And it worked. And it can work again.
With leadership from City Hall and the desire to pull off a private-public partnership like the city had never known practically.
And that's where I think people really got the idea that this could really be an anchor. And the theme was it's for everybody. It wasn't just for the elite. It was for everybody. And we've had, once again, school children come through here each and every year to see what is here in their hometown. And you don't have to go to Chicago to see. And we should be very proud of that.
You don't know at the beginning all of your partners. You can't know. But if there's a will of someone to be involved, to play a role, to do something important, it will happen.
Are we going to be better off together? Or are we going to be better off separate? And I think everyone always knew we were going to be better off together. Again, it was always, what's the big picture? Who are we serving? And if we always put community at the top of who we're serving, then everything else falls into place.
They created something for Rockford, which is an identifiable, here's where a lot of important things happen. And they're not only important to the arts community, but to everybody in the community.
People love arts and culture, and I think the greatest value that comes out of that is unity. People of all different backgrounds, beliefs, political views, colors, ages, who people pray to, all come together through the common love of play arts, and culture, and then we typically find out we have a lot more in common than we do that divides us.
Now it's my privilege to welcome to the stage two individuals who played an instrumental role in shaping Rockford's cultural corridor and the cultural community we are today. Please join me in recognizing two of my heroes, this year's Crowning Achievement Award recipients, represented tonight by Susan Williams and Mary Ann Smith.
Yes. Okay.
Good evening. Mary and John did such a wonderful job of setting this up that I don't really feel like I have anything to say, except that what a wonderful group of people, of young people and fun people that the Arts Council has brought together and created. It makes me so happy. So, when we launched the Rockford Area Arts Council in 1987, this is a long time ago, this is the old guard talking now. We adopted immediately the same mission that they have today, which is pretty cool if you think about it. We support, we promote, and we develop the arts for everyone. So, when all those groups that have been named needed a place, they didn't have a home, we brought them together because what we are is a catalyst, a coordinator, and we engaged in months and months and months of discussions about whether the old Sears building owned by the Art Museum could become a home for everybody. And the video just made it so clear. It was hard work. These are very strong, independent organizations. They had to learn that to keep their independence wasn't going to be, they had to learn that they had to keep their independence, but they had to work together, and they had to live together. They had to figure out how to allocate space in that 130,000 square foot building and share governance, and it was very hard work. But the role of the Arts Council was, and still is, to help bring them together, convene the conversations, and then when the Park District, bless its heart, decided that it would take over ownership, the Arts Council was able to do what it really does very well, which is transfer the project to somebody else. And we did. And thereby formed the steering committee that took it to its wonderful conclusion. Riverfront opened in 1991. So we're talking about a long time ago. I think, aren't they? I think they're about to have an anniversary next year. So that's what the Arts Council does well, and they did it again with the Coronado. Discussions were rampant about, oh my God, the Coronado is falling apart. What are we going to do? Our wonderful hero, Mary Ann Smith, was on the board of the Arts Council, so we started to think, you know, maybe we could do what the Arts Council does well and convene the conversations and see what we could do. We got a couple of very, very nice grants to study the architectural feasibility and then to study the fundraising feasibility, which you can imagine was kind of a big job. And we had the really wonderful, important participation of Mayor Box and the city of Rockford. So it's a little parallel to having the participation of the Park District for Riverfront. And again, what we do well is convene the conversations and then transfer it off to somebody else. And that somebody else was Mary Ann and Gordy Smith, who formed the Friends of the Coronado. And as somebody just said, the rest is history. So the Arts Council is so important and has become so much more powerful. And I don't think we have to think powerful is a bad word. And I'm very proud of it. And we're going to hear from Mary Ann now about the amazing project of the development of the Coronado. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much. This makes me tremble. It's been many, many years ago. Lots of things have come and gone, and lots of things we'll never, never forget. It was the project of a lifetime for my husband and me. It was a hard project, but we have the most incredible community here. Rockford is so exceptional, and it is as exceptional now as it ever was. And those years, the stars were aligned. The stars weren't quite working in the Coronado anymore. But we knew we had a job. And we knew that if we all worked together around that round table, and everybody was welcome, nobody was welcome to say, no, we can't do this, because we knew we could. And my heart is set on looking to the future now of this town. We're realizing in what I think is really a mean, sadistic world right now that we need community. We need each other now more than ever. And we are here. We had such a wonderful group that came together to save the Coronado. We had such a wonderful group that came to envision the Riverfront Museum. We have an armory sitting in Rockford that has such potential. We had a great mayor then. We have a great mayor now. And let us gather by the river and let us make more good, not trouble, more good joy in Rockford. Yes. You know, my husband was very ill during the Coronado project, and there were times when I didn't know. And he would say to me, it's for the kids. It is for the kids. It was for the kids now. Last week, we had 5,000 kids free of charge in the Coronado Theater to see a program. And we have kids who are waiting to go to the riverfront, the Coronado, and the Armory. Let's go.
Oh, no. Closing remarks. Okay. What a wonderful, wonderful story with just the best ending. Service, dedication, collaboration, and impact. They are the pillars of the Arts Council's efforts, and I want to thank you for supporting those efforts. Your support is distinctive and special. Your purchase of Arts Awards tickets is an act of philanthropy. You are connecting our community through the arts. Philanthropy is not just endowments and foundations and old money. It is a spirit with a tradition and a higher calling that represents the nobler values of the selfless concern for others and the desire to affect public welfare in an enduring way. Philanthropy is the privilege of all of us to decide how we want to spend our money, what we prioritize and invest in. Tonight, you are philanthropists, and on behalf of myself and the amazing Arts Council staff and our board of directors, we want to thank you.
Thank you for celebrating the arts.
A sincere thank you to our generous sponsors, and one last thank you to our nominees. Thank you for sharing your work with us, not only us, but the world. Not everyone is so fearless. Thank you for reminding us of what's possible. By pursuing your passions despite the risks and fears, you inspire us to do the same. Thank you for what you create. Art can speak things that can't always be said with words. Thank you for creating an outlet for us to be challenged. Thank you for sharing stories that otherwise might not have had a voice. Please give one last round of applause to your Rockford Region's incredibly talented nominees. It's time to move. Find your friends and make new ones, and please enjoy the evening. This concludes the Arts Awards program. Thank you.